Hi friends, I hope that everybody's doing well. Before we get into the reading, let's set the intention for this to be a space where everyone allows themselves to feel seen and validated, and ultimately for this to be a safe space and a healing space in alignment with everyone's highest good. Looking at the Four of Wands and the Ace of Swords. There's something here that makes a lot of sense to you. You may have brought something together, you may have connected something, bridged something. There's a sense of flow now, there's even a sense of completion. Something that you needed to see, something that was meant to come together now. It feels like pieces of something that were meant to kind of be stitched together, and now that they are, there's like a whole picture. You can understand all sides of something. Seeing you be in a space where you are creating something, you are making something happen, even slowly, patiently, trying to figure something out. This reminds me of like a scientist having some sort of experience where it's like you pour this cup over here and then that one mixes with that over here. And to have the magician, whatever truth this is, whatever basis this is that you're coming from, it seems like you carry something with you that even gives you a clear line of vision. It seems like you figured something out that was really important, and that is now the basis of what it is that you're doing, where it is that you're coming from. And I'm seeing you carefully learning something. I'm seeing you carefully figuring out how to do something. With Mercury and Sagittarius here, with the Magician and Temperance, there may be something that you're speaking out, something that you're communicating, something that you're writing, something that you're editing. Anything connected with the throat chakra. Anything connected with the third house. And the sixth house. And also Sagittarius energy. So these can be themes connected with like education, philosophy, any sort of knowledge really. Something that you're creating, something that you're bringing together. It even seems like this is something that like you have to put your touch on it in order to ground it, like maybe even in order to materialize this. And I'm seeing it be a process that it takes like a lot of finesse and patience. Even with Temperance, it takes alchemy, transmutation. I'm even seeing you pulling from like two different sources, or it's like even this feeling of being kind of between worlds with whatever this is that you're doing. Maybe even where you're pulling your inspiration from. The Magician can also, the Magician is a conduit. You may be channeling something too. But I'm seeing it's something that takes time to do this. I'm hearing, and there are a lot of unspoken messages. It seems like everything has to be very, very quiet around you, and you really have to tune into what it is that you're hearing to be able to really hear what is being, like the message that is being communicated with you. And you may be doing something with this message that you're receiving also. I was hearing fresh start. I was also hearing the word guilty. There may have been something going on that you felt out of whack. You could have been feeling concerned about something. I'm not seeing this be much of an issue anymore. This could also be someone you were having a disagreement with, but it seems like static on the station. Something that needed to be figured out. And this can be static with another person too. It depends. For some of you, this is connected with somebody that you are like partnered up with, somebody that you have a relationship with, and there was something going on where things needed to be worked out. There was a sense of needing to be receptive and patient and like really channel a high frequency when you were communicating with this person and trying to like resolve things, and understanding that the marriage of whatever this is going on here is important to you, even like technically could be a marriage. And then for others of you, this is just connected with something that you're doing, something that you're bringing together, where because you're coming at it from the right space now, like with the right intention space, it seems like you're now able to do something. But that doesn't mean that it's not a slow process. It doesn't mean that you don't need to be like meticulous and careful and focused with what it is that you're doing, because I'm seeing that's needed here. For those of you that this is connected with an interpersonal relationship, it looks like you could have had an argument with someone, and that because of you being in a space where you were very grounded and not reactive, rather being responsive, especially on the emotional front, holding space, it seems like it allowed something to die down. So something that was an issue before, it seems like you're making progress with this. You're not in the same place you were when this initially happened, and it seems like the way you're handling this emotionally is what allows it to transpire in the way that it does. You may even feel a sense of responsibility to be handling things in this way. It seems even like there's a lot that you've been doing and now you get to take a bit of a break, but something may have been so intense that it needed to be handled, it needed to be dealt with immediately. I'm hearing something about not going to bed angry. So yeah, maybe you felt like something needed to be done here. Because I'm seeing it... There's not as much worry, or there's less of an intensity now, is what I'm getting. Something that needed to be sorted, managed. Something could have upset you a lot, actually. Remember, energies can be reversed, but I'm seeing that in order to... tensions arose in some way where there was something going on within a situation that you may have felt unsettled with, or like you even felt like there was an internal battle going on, and you could have been like really beside yourself or feeling really worried, or just feeling like this was taking up so much space for you, where it became like so zoomed in. You even felt like you were in a vacuum. But I'm seeing it take a lot for you to zoom out, but I'm also seeing you be in a space where this doesn't look like your first rodeo. So I'm seeing you have experience doing this, whether this be like the person that you're interacting with, that you're kind of de-escalating, or you're doing this with yourself. Sometimes this looks like a particular like water placement or your moon placement or something that you would connect with your emotions. You may be at times you may be like, well, because of this placement, I can't really help that. That may be something that you fall into sometimes. Maybe you struggle. This feels, with the Emperor here, it's reminding me of like an Aries moon. And with Aries in general, especially if it's like in its shadow, it can be more impulsive. This is nothing against Aries moon. I have an Aries moon. But yeah, it can be more impulsive and just naturally like become very escalated, and also you feel things very intensely. So like even in the past, and maybe sometimes now still, when you get into crunches is what I'm hearing, maybe tough situations, or you even feel I don't know, like there's a lot of pressure, maybe you could find yourself in a space where you feel like you lack a sense of control or even willpower, especially when something like very much affects you deeply. It's like feeling very beside yourself, like, what am I going to do about this? You know? Because Aries moon is passionate, see things through the eyes, through the lens of passion. And so yeah, there's something there's something that may happen sometimes where you're like, I really just can't control that. But when you entrust yourself um with the responsibility of managing this, I'm seeing you be very much capable. I'm looking at a very masterful energy emotionally, even if it may not always feel like that. I'm also seeing you've made progress too. As I said before, it's not the first time that you've done this, especially when you feel deeply impacted by things. You may not even recognize how far you've come at times too. But yeah, don't fall into something where just because you're not feeling good about a situation, you fall back into some impulsive pattern, because I'm seeing it's like something that's not going to end up fixing the situation for you. Whatever this is. Yeah. You know that too. I'm not telling you anything you don't know. And just like that, everything is restored. So I'm looking at Mercury, Sagittarius, Saturn, Aries, and Aquarius. Yeah, I'm seeing you could have gotten sucked into something, but you don't. High Priestess, because you know better. You could have felt like your intuition wasn't blocked, but if you were taking something to an extreme, you would have not been receptive to the messages that you were receiving. But I'm getting that because of handling this situation, or how you're going to handle this situation, and like bring it all back down to a grounded space, I'm seeing this not be a problem anymore. So I'm seeing you're going to get the message. You just needed to like quiet down and center enough to receive it. It seems like this is a lot about like handling the emotional experience that you're having, or an energetic experience that you're having. Could have felt shaken up by something, or just even overpowered by it. I am hearing overpowered, so maybe just the scale of intensity of what you were feeling. Yeah, even when it comes to some sort of direction, it can be. And now there's a sense of like seeing things from a balanced way and being able to like stabilize things once again. But before, you may have not known how, or you felt like you didn't know how, or you felt like you couldn't do what needed to be done. But then I'm seeing that change. I'm seeing this all be connected with a mindset. It was all about you shifting into this space where you kind of rose above this situation to be able to receive the guidance that you were meant to receive, and know what to do, what needs to be done about something that may have really had you worried before. But I'm seeing it be like I'm seeing like your higher self be telling you, hey, this isn't something that you need to worry about, but your human could have felt really worried about a situation. Like, what am I gonna do about this? It's just I'm seeing something that may have really bothered you. or like even thinking about, like, something may not have happened, but it was like thinking about what could happen in that situation. Like, this could have been something that didn't even happen yet, that you could have been like moving into the future and thinking like worst case scenario within a situation even. But as I said before, I'm seeing this be taken care of now because of the way that you're doing this, because of the way that you're working through this. It seems like this is a lesson in like learning how to, I'm hearing maturely, and I'm also hearing the word dedicated, knowing how to like reestablish harmony when you feel like something is ripping at the seams. Like, how do we bring it all back together? Like, for a moment you could have even lost sight of something, but then I'm seeing you understand through recognizing like, hey, I'm really ungrounded within this situation, and I'm seeing that like any information that I receive or any thoughts, because I'm seeing Mercury energy. So this is Mercury energy, is your whole brain. It's like how you process, how you think, how you talk, how you process information, the information that you receive, all of this. um I'm seeing you be in a space where you're like, because I was ungrounded within this situation, any information that I get is going to feel like conflicted or jumbled in some sort of way, or there's static. So something needed to be cleared out, but I'm seeing you do this here. So that's not an issue anymore, but something needed to be straightened out that wasn't. It seems too like it's like your higher self versus your human, and your human that is like not really trusting your higher self within a situation. But then I'm seeing you working something out here with temperance, and I'm also seeing you make progress, and then I'm seeing it be like, okay, now here's your connection with the high priestess, you're connected once again, it's all here. And I'm seeing you kind of have this like emotional residue of like what you had been feeling, kind of like the after effects of all of that, and now I'm seeing this be balanced out. You've been on a trip. So to go over the signs again, I'm looking at Sagittarius, Aries, Aquarius, Libra, Mercury, Saturn, and the moon. So yeah, things stabilize for you. Let's see a little bit more. I'm looking at the Chariot. You were able to overcome this through practical things like grounding, but also through the basis of like love and connection too, is what I'm seeing. And when I say like love and connection, I mean like that a bigger sense of unity, not just like I love you and you love me, or something small like that. I mean something very big, like the thing that connects all of us, like the wisdom that we are all connected to, the part of us that is like most us, our center, all of that. So it seems like connecting back into whatever it was that you had felt separated from. That's what helps you. And also like pushing through and showing yourself your resiliency. And speaking from that place. I'm hearing courage. I'm getting something about needing to talk through a confusing situation, and this may be you processing something that maybe wasn't making sense initially. But then because of like sorting it out or talking it through or processing it, it helped you know what you needed to do to take action. Yeah. How to take action, taking action, knowing what needs to be done. So whatever you felt unsure about, unclear about, when it came to like what you needed to do, that's all cleared up now. But you needed to like actively work through this. And that may have been the challenge for you too. You could have been in a space where it's like, I don't really know what to do, or I don't feel like things are clear for me in some way, whether this be like emotionally or mentally or whatever. There was just something that lacked definition, or like there was a lack of understanding. And now that's not an issue anymore. But you had to work through it to make peace with the situation is what I'm seeing. And it seems also like you found that clarity by reflecting. So this may have been something where you needed to take the time to really look into this, because nobody else was going to give you an answer. Just yourself. Yeah. Taking care of yourself, recharging your battery, connecting with your guides, like meditating, centering, grounding, reflecting. And also not making any more moves, because I'm even seeing something where it's like a cloudy situation that one had found themselves in. And it's like, if you keep kicking up dust, it's just going to get cloudier and cloudier. However, if you kind of remove yourself from it, you allow the dust to settle. So I'm seeing that be part of it as well. Yeah, because something felt too intense or too stressful or just too much. You needed to pull back. Because something was unclear about like what needed to be done within a situation, it seemed like trying to make any choice would have just felt, it wouldn't have felt right, because even if you made a choice, there's like a lack of knowing if it was the right choice or not. So something needed to be settled before you went on and made more moves. Something needed to be sorted out, needed to be receptive, needed to like learn something or think about it. So you didn't make a move that you ended up being like, I should not have made that move. I'm seeing too, like if you come at this from a place where you already feel like you're maxed out with what it is that you can do, if you already feel like you're at capacity, you're not going to be able to like really give any from that place because your cup is empty. And then you feel like you didn't show up how you really can. You feel like you didn't really represent yourself accurately, like in the way that you know that you can. So that's why the reflecting and the reconnecting and the centering is so important, because it informs you and it helps you feel connected again, so you know what to do. Looking at Cancer and Virgo, yeah, it helps you find peace, make peace with the situation. All right, my friends, we are going to leave the reading here. I would like to thank everybody for tuning in. Thank you for connecting. I'm wishing everybody love and light and healing, and I hope to catch you guys next time.